come out and maybe bring the animal to our facility, or it's just an animal that might be in a condition sunning itself or resting and just relaxing on the beach, and we just need to give it its space and leave it alone. So definitely call us if you see any marine mammal or sea turtle. That means whale, dolphin, and seal or sea turtle.
Now you guys do the seal cruises out of Freeport?
Yes, that's correct.
Now I'm under the impression, I've learned that there's a lot of seals over in the Sound, like Gull Island, Little Gull Island, and the Plum Island area. Is there any chance for, like, we can't just go out, take our boat, and go check them out because against the Marine Mammal Protection Act, that could be considered harassment and.
Well, see, and that's the thing. I mean, the real issue that we have here is you don't want to get within 50 yards. I mean, if you're not within 50 yards of an animal and you're not changing its behavior, say it's not,
you're not scaring
it's
them.
not being scared into the water, by all means, enjoy the environment, but do not try to encroach on their space.
Right.
Even for us, the
They're
aerial.
also a wild animal. They could do something unpredictable, and you could be injured.
Well, you could, especially if you definitely got too close. I mean, we talk about doing rehabilitation, and we're always working around the mouth of a seal, and that's the business end. They have sharp teeth. If you could get bit by a seal, it's not that they're vicious. It's just that's what they do. They will bite one another. I mean, it's their way of life. So it has nothing to do with just you being there, but if they did bite you, it would definitely be a nasty bite. You could get an infection. So if you gave them their space and you happen to be out there, I mean, there's really no harm in that. It's just that when people try to get closer and they decide, I want to get closer and closer to get a better photo, well, that's really not the case. There are tons of photos that I could have taken if I gotten closer, but that's really not the objective. And over the years, it's interesting working with different groups. I was working with the Coast Guard on a rescue years ago, or actually it was a sighting of some right whales that we had off the South Shore. And right whales it's actually the distance you have to stay from them is a lot farther because they're critically endangered. And
are you still doing the population data on those? Weren't you out there counting them for a while?
We were doing aerial surveys back in 2004 to do that. We're hoping that we can get more funding
so
to continue.
Stopped?
The funding stopped, and so we weren't able to continue with the second year of the project, which is
so important because they're so endangered.
Well, they're so important for many reasons. They're so endangered, but also you see a lot of other species when you're doing this. So you're out there counting and looking for right whales, but then you're going to see fin whales, sei whales, humpback whales. We all remember seeing the humpback whale that was in New York Harbor, and everybody was, oh, this is so unusual. Well, it's not unusual to have them here. I mean, whales were here historically. We just don't see that many because of the populations being so much lower. But as we start seeing changes, and maybe we see populations increasing, we might see them closer to shore. And over the years, we have seen humpback whales in the area. We've had harbor porpoise. We've had common dolphins. Even here in the east end of Long Island, we had the number of animals in the creek here in Northwest Creek.
Yep.
I mean, those are things that might be a negative event in the sense of saying, okay, we have an animal that might be in distress, but it's also telling us that there are animals around. And that's what we want to look at a little bit more closely and say, okay, if we have, not even trying to make up numbers, if we have more animals here, we should have some more animals that are coming up sick.
Sure.
So we should be able to see that, and if we can monitor both sides of that, then we can see if there's a real dramatic problem in our environment for dealing with some of these animals.
Have you seen an increase in some of the populations of these animals that are, endangered, or are they on a comeback, or are they?
There are a number of species that you're seeing an increase in some of the numbers. For a lot of them, there's insufficient data for that, but for harbor seals, for gray seals, we're definitely seeing an increase in the numbers in the Gulf of Maine and in some of their other pupping areas. So the Gulf of Maine is really considered one, and our waters are really considered one stock. So we're seeing an increase in that, and so that would make sense that we would start seeing more animals here and all the way down the coast. We're seeing harbor seals along the Jersey Shore and even down as far as Virginia. Our colleagues down there are starting to call us because they have seals hauling out on a regular basis, and we joke about it because they're kind of seeing what we saw about 15 years ago. And they have a handful of animals that are coming up, and then they're starting to see animals showing up on different haul-out sites. And so we're always saying, well, you need to get ready and start building and start educating the public now so they know what to do. So at least we can kind of work together as a network.
We're out of time, Bob. We're running out of time quick here.
Time does fly, doesn't it?
It sure does. Thank you so much for coming on. Do you have any last thoughts for the public that what they could do to help out
Well, the biggest thing we can do to help out with the foundation is become a member. The biggest thing that can help with the environment is get out there and enjoy it. I mean, get out on the beach, take a walk.
Care about it.
Care about it.
Care about it.
Enjoy what's out there. I mean, I go out there. I've been doing this for, a long time now, and I still have a day where it's just like the first day, as a kid, just first gift you got. You can see these animals that are out there, and it's really amazing. So go out and enjoy it, and hopefully we can see it for many years to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For coming. And thanks for watching Keepin' It Green. If you guys have any questions or comments about today's show or any environmental problems or solutions you might like to see discussed, send me an email, keepinitgreen@optonline.net.
Thank you.